Hello everyone, I'm Jenny. Welcome back to Bohemian Junk Journals if you're returning, and welcome if it's your first time. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm doing my Oriental themed journal, and I am up to doing some mixed media in it, and I just thought you might like to come along and do some journaling along with me, whether it be art or making your ephemera or working in your own journal, doing your own mixed media, and doing some sort of journaling in it, as in writing in it. Whatever it is that you're going to choose to do, I'm happy that you're here to join me. And yeah, I've got no small talk because this is straight after a video that I've just not long done actually, and haven't edited yet, or much less upload it. So I will talk a little bit about what I've got to use today, and preparing the page, and then I will just get on and do it, and hopefully I'll remember to put some music up because I'm going to time-lapse this video. So I was hoping to be able to get 2 pages done, as in 2 open spreads, but I don't think I will, because mixed media takes, you know, a bit, and I'm not sure, but we'll see. Possibly there will be 2 pages or 2 spreads, possibly not. Okay, so let's get into it. Now the thing with doing mixed media in any book, whether it be a brand new one that you've just bought and it's not been used at all, or whether it be an altered book like this, where pages have been pulled out, and I've had to reinforce quite a few pages, or whether it's one that you've made from scratch, done all the signatures yourself. Doesn't matter which book it is. Before you start doing any of the wet work and you've decided on your page, this centerpiece here weakens the more wet work you do. So the more bulk you put in the book. So especially if it's like a new one, then you need to be thinking ahead at that point, because if it's new and you're not knowing exactly what's going to go in it, because a journal can be a conglomeration of all sorts of bits and pieces, then planning for it at this point is really important, because this spine area here, the stitched area or stapled area, whatever, does weaken with the more you put into it. And if you're doing mixed media and you're using acrylic paints and you know, that sort of heavier stuff, or heavier mediums, it puts more bulk into the book as well. You know, you sort of think that, you know, paint's wet and you wipe it on and it's flat, but it does add thickness to a page. It will add bulk and weight, and it does put strain on the center of the pages. Sorry, I'm getting a croaky throat here. It's about 1:30 in the morning. Oh no, it's like 2:30 in the morning. So what I normally do is, at the moment, I don't know if I'll be able to get more of this. I hope I can. This is, it's a type of packing tape or whatever. Comes in a roll. I bought this in like a $2 shop, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it again, because they often, you know, stock according to what they can get a hold of. But this is, it's gummed on one side, and to reactivate it, you would have seen this in other videos if you've watched other videos that I've done. You put water on it and it makes it all sticky, and it's quite a strong tape. It's very strong. If you can't get something like this, you can afford to get and find it, and you can get Tyvek, which is like a bookbinding sort of tape. It's quite a strong one. I've actually looked for it up on eBay, and it's very, very expensive. I'm not paying out that kind of money for it. I just refuse. If you can't get any of that, then you can use masking tape. You can use packing tape. You could probably even use a really good like clear sellotape. But I would put some down. If you're using that, I would put some down the center, and then a little, like, overlap it a little bit with a piece on each side. Now you're thinking, oh, you know, what happens, you know, you tape, you know, well, you're going to paint over the page anyway, so and you're going to do bits and pieces on the page, so it's not going to be seen. So that's what you need to do. And like, I'll show you what I mean by stress. I actually found a page, yeah, here it is, that I have started to, no, it's not this one. Which one is it? Which one is it, Jen? I think it's more in the center of the book. Yeah, here it is. I have started to repair it, and what I've done is I've actually filled in the tear, because it's all open here. I have filled it all in with a fabric glue, or something. I've got Helmer's fabric glue, which is as strong as Fabri-Tac, I believe. I have actually filled it all in, and just for extra adhesion, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. And I will use this on there, and you won't see this, and it will be strong, because I've used it on, you know, other pages, and no, I've used it on this one, and it's, there we go. See, it's really strong. It's not going anywhere. I did a journal a while back that was an altered book. It was a pagan themed, witch type themed one, and the same thing happened. Because I had done a lot of collage in that particular journal, and I had the same thing happen in several parts of the book. So this is how I repaired it. It held up really, really well. I was absolutely so happy with the book after I had finished it, and I have since sold it. It's one of my first journals, and I got a wonderful review for that particular journal. I had wonderful reviews for all my journals, but for that one, I did get a really good review. That was some time ago now, and I've not heard back from the person who bought it to say that, you know, the book's fallen apart or anything. And I'm quite sure with the money that she paid for it, if it was falling apart, she would not be happy and she would be emailing me. So I can vouch for my method here. This method is really important. Please reinforce the joining pages. Okay, get down to it. Ugh. And it's a bit messy, but you know, no messier than the rest of the page is going to be when you're painting and stuff. So yeah, it's quite sticky now, and I just put that on there like so, and I make sure I put the center in first, and then I go through. Where's my tissue? I'm all out of wet ones, so, and then I just do the edges. You can trim it up at this point, or you can do it after you finish the whole spread. That's fine. So now I forgot. I need to tell you what I've got here. For the pages first, I'm going to use some acrylic paint. And at the moment I've got 2 lots of acrylic paint. I've got Jo Sonja and I've got Arteza. Now for my journals, I don't tend to use my best, like my professional quality mediums. I might use a little bit here and there, but I don't tend to use very much of them because they're in my journals. I can't sell that piece of work to someone in a frame. You know, if it's in a frame, then it's open to fading, because it's exposed to light. So I just think it's just in my journal, and providing what paint I'm using is still a really good quality paint, that's fine. Jo Sonja is a good quality paint. It's actually a fantastic quality, and Arteza is good too. They're about the same consistency. Yeah, so I don't tend to use anything overly fancy. I mean, look, I'm using this white, which is just children's poster paint. I'll use that to tone my page down a little. And I'm using, for the picture, when I come to paint the picture, I'll be using this Atelier waterproof drawing ink. It's really meant to be for doing just line art, but I'm actually going to use it like a paint because I don't have any black. So I love this. This is a really good, it's lasted me for ages. It wasn't overly expensive. I bought it on eBay. It's a really good ink. So if you want to do any ink work, I can recommend Atelier waterproof drawing ink, and this one's carbon black. It's 250 mils. It's a general purpose black ink. And I have some in here mixed with a little bit of water, which I'm going to have to mix a little bit more with. So I'll just actually squirt some in there. Just let that settle and I'll mix it up after. Right, so that's for later on. I'm also using some, probably will be using some gelatos. I've just picked out these 3 colours. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with the background for this particular one. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this background. So, yeah, I don't know. The picture is one that I've drawn. And I did it in my sketchbook, which I did a sketchbook tour in the previous video. So she's in there. And I traced her off and onto this music sheet with a piece of carbon paper to trace her onto the sheet with. So I'm going to do her in watercolour, but I'm doing her kimono with a napkin, and I'll probably use a gold metallic pen for her hair decoration. Yeah, so I have no clue what I'm doing for the background on here. I just don't know. And I was just thinking maybe I should get that piece of rice paper I looked at over there. Just a minute. Oh. Yeah, a piece of this rice paper. So I might tear that up and intersperse that in amongst the background part. Alright, so now I'll just get down and start working. Get yourself a coffee, get yourself whatever it is that you're going to do if you're going to do anything. If not, just sit back and watch my process. It's been a while since I've done mixed media, and I love mixed media. I really do. I have to turn the book this way because I'm sorry. I don't have a huge amount of room. I really need to clean up my workspace. Move my coffee. And I'll move that up there. So you get most of it in. Right. The other thing too is put a piece of scrap paper in between your pages so that when you're painting you don't get any excess where you don't want it to be. But you knew that already. Alright, starting off, I'll try not to bump the table too much. I'm going to start with something dark. Oh, and I'm just using this as my palette. It's disposable and teeth. It's Prussian blue hue. A bit more on. And I've got French blue. and I have permanent alizarin. Teeth are good. Tube openers. Right. And later on will be using aqua. I don't need it right now. Have a sip of my coffee. Get started. The other thing too is, if I can, I might use some of my Finnabar paste. I'm not really sure because I haven't really got the right colours, but we'll see how that works out. All right. Well, hello, it's the next day, and oh goodness, I've done nothing but vegetate. I actually got up late today because I had a very late night with the first part of the video, and by the time I got to bed it was about 3:30. So yeah, I didn't get up until around 10 this morning, and so I've procrastinated most of today, or all of today so far. I've pushed myself to be inside. I was thinking I was going to tidy up my desk first and light a candle and, you know, bring one of my gemstones in here or two, and yeah, I never got around to doing that, so that's going to be a task for later in the week, I think. I need to alter my space a little bit. I'm not sure how or how much or what, but yeah. So I have come back in and debated on what I was going to do with the page. It's quite dark, not sure I'm liking it, but with mixed media you should never be scared with the start of what you're creating, because if it's not looking quite right, don't worry too much about it, because, you know, mixed media has a habit of changing right before your eyes, without you even really thinking too much about it. I don't think too much about what I'm doing when I'm doing mixed media, because I can't think that far ahead with that sort of thing. So I just go with the flow. I just let myself work, and I don't know, I just go with it. I can't explain it. Yeah, so excuse me, I've got an itchy ankle. All right, but I thought probably the better thing to do would be to do the watercolor on here, and while that's drying, go on with doing a little bit of collage, and hopefully this will be dry by the time the collage is ready. And I've got the heat gun as well, so that's all right. So I'm really nervous about this particular step, because I'm still coming to grips with the whole watercolor challenge, and although I've been doing it for some time now, it's hit and miss for me still. So I have got my brushes, my cute little brush pot. how cute is that? I've got two cute ones. The other one is a Miss Prissy Cat sugar bowl. And then a couple of other pots. And yeah, so I think I picked this one because it's got the biggest range of brushes. And I'm going to go with this one. I have got some quite expensive brushes, like not astronomically expensive, but you know, they did hit the pocket a little. But these ones are actually very inexpensive. I bought these a long time ago on eBay, and they came in a big pack of like 20 brushes, all in the rounds. You can get the rounds, you can get the flat, you can get the filberts. Yeah, you can get all different sort of sets. And these are Zhuting, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Shui Ting, I don't know. ZHU Ting. And for a cheap brush, these are brilliant. They construction wise, they hold together really well, and I'm not kind to my brushes. My more expensive ones I am, but these ones I tend to leave in the water, and which is really not good. But yeah, these have just held up so beautifully. They are fantastic brushes, so I love these. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at my paint. I've got my student watercolours, Winsor & Newton Cotman, and you can see it's a well-used set. Like I said, I've said before, I don't use my professional grade mediums in my mixed media really. So sometimes I might use a little here and there, but not a lot. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to be okay with this little bit of a palette, because I haven't grabbed another palette out. So I just need to work out what colours I'm going to be needing, but I will wet the blocks just to get them going. Okay, sorry, a little interruption there. I have come back with my palette, hopefully prepared. Hopefully. Alright, so I don't know where to start. It's been ages since I've painted, let alone in watercolours. I've got two huge mermaid paintings waiting for me to finish. And I've put it off. Partly because I was caught up on junk journals, and partly because I lost the momentum, I think. Alright, so I'm going to do, I don't know how this is going to go on, because this is obviously not watercolour paper, so it will probably crinkle and what have you. So I'm going to do wet on dry and hopefully alleviate some of the crinkling, and we'll see how we go. I did test the pen I'm using, because I didn't use a micron pen for the outline this time. I went over the carbon ink with a new pen brand I'm trying out. It's by Bourne. It is a pigment liner. It says it's water based, but because it's pigment, apparently it should be, it shouldn't reactivate with water. So, and I did try it and it didn't really reactivate, so we'll see how it goes. I guess I can always redraw the picture. Okay, so I think I will start with the dark areas and go from there, the more highlighted areas. So I'm using, this is a mixture of blue and gamboge. Some of the gamboge colour sort of obviously didn't wash off the brush. So we're going to see how it goes. I want to put a little bit in under her eyes. Around. I probably won't talk too much through this because it will be a bit of a process, and I don't want it to go on forever, so yeah. I can't believe how long this is taking. I just had a short break while I waited for that Mod Podge to dry and watched a really interesting program on SBS about druids and that, and yeah, it was a really interesting documentary. I'm not really 100% sure where to start, but I guess I'll just jump right in. So off we go. Okay, I have fiddled around with this for so long, and it's just, I couldn't get her skin tone to go right. I'm not happy with it, but I mean, you know, it's okay, I guess. I've left this with nothing apart from collage and stencil that got smudged on it, because I am going to put pocket on there. So I can't at the moment because paint's still a little bit wet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not overly happy with the way she turned out. I should have left her well alone half an hour or so ago. My phone has actually switched itself off, so you were spared seeing me bumble around with gelatos and paint and ink and everything for the final half hour, 45 minutes. Lucky for you. Anyway, I'm calling it done. Thank you for checking out the video, and hopefully the next one turns out a whole lot better. I'll show you what the original looks like, just to refresh your memories. And for those who didn't see the previous video, it's this one. So she will be going in this journal as well, and she will have to be going on that way, I think, because she's just so big. Unless I make it smaller, which I could probably do. So yeah, thank you. If you haven't subscribed and you think you might like to, please do before you leave the video altogether. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and comment if you like. That's fine. That'd be good. I will get back to you, and I will see you in the next one. Stay well and healthy, happy, do lots of crafting, and I'll see you very soon. I'll be putting a video up very soon. Bye for now.